what up, y'all? This your boy David Lucas, man, right back at you. Got another one for you. Charlie Sheen is back in the news because his daughter, Sammy, has joined OnlyFans after moving back in with Denise Richards. Supportive dad Charlie Sheen's oldest daughter, Sammy, whom he shares with ex-wife Denise Richards, has joined OnlyFans, and US Weekly has the actor's exclusive reaction. They've had a lot of ups and downs over the years. She is 18 and now living with her mom. Charlie Sheen is 56. He learned this past week that his daughter is on OnlyFans. I mean, I can only imagine how you feel because I got two daughters. But Charlie Sheen, you were out here banging all type of hookers, throwing them through hotel walls and raw dogging and busting on all of them. And allegedly, you got like HIV or something. I don't know. Allegedly, the 2.5 Men alum insisted this did not occur under my roof, as Sammy has moved back with Richards following a few rocky months between the mother-daughter duo. I mean, she's a cute little girl. I see this picture right here. She got pink hair, a little nose ring with the pearls. I do not condone this, but since this is what Charlie Sheen said. I do not condone this, but since I'm unable to prevent it, I urge her to keep it classy, creative, and not sacrifice her integrity. I like that a lot, Charlie. I really do, and that's what I expect to hear from a dude like you. I mean, you are a wild guy, and you know how some girls can be. And I mean, you know, what we do as fathers kind of determines how our daughters will turn out. I mean, if they see dad out here banging a whole bunch of hookers, then that mindset will just be normalized to them, and they'll just try to find love with a whole bunch of dudes. Richards, for her part, told us in a statement on Monday, Sammy is 18 and this decision wasn't based on whose house she lives in. All I can do as a parent is guide her and trust her judgment, but she makes her own choices. Well, I tell you what, I don't care how rich I am. If my kids stay with me, they will not be doing OnlyFans. Period. Sorry. I mean, it can't be a money thing because Charlie Sheen got hella money. It must be like one of those little rebellious things. You know, when those little spoiled kids, they don't get their way and they rebel by doing this. Kind of like Lawrence Fishburne's daughter. It's like, why are you doing this? A lot of girls do this because they need the money. They come from horrible backgrounds, but you should not need the money. So we already know what OnlyFans is. OnlyFans is an online portal where subscribers can share and monetize their content, much of which is explicit or meant for adult eyes only. Some of the people on OnlyFans are Carmen Electra, Shayna Moakler, Cardi B. I didn't know Cardi B was on there. Larsa Pippen, Tyler Posey, and Bella Thorne are a few of the celebrities who jumped on the bandwagon, some sharing sexy content while others are milder. Sammy's choice to be a part of OnlyFans came just a few weeks after the teenager reconnected with her mom following their drama last year. In September 2021, Sammy claimed that she was trapped in an abusive home while she was living with Richards and her husband, Aaron Fipers. Sheen, who was married to the Bold and the Beautiful alum from 2002 to 2006, confirmed 1 month later that Sammy had moved in with him and was no longer in school. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum, who also shares 17-year-old daughter Lola with Sheen, is mother of Eloise, Eloise, I guess that's how you say that name, whom she adopted in 2011 and has been very vocal about her and Sammy's tension. Obviously, I would love her to live with me, Richard said during a February episode of the Jeff Lewis Has Issues podcast. She lived with me all these years, but I think it's very difficult raising teenagers these days, especially in Los Angeles. Yes, that is very true. My daughter is 7, and it's very hard raising a 7-year-old that lives in L.A. Kids that are living in LA are exposed to a lot of stuff, and YouTube makes them exposed to a lot of stuff. But in LA, it's so much easier for them to gain access to a lot of things that kids maybe in the country don't have access to. So I totally get that. She pointed out that Sheen has different rules in his house than those in her own home, confessing that she does have boundaries that she expects her children to follow. The following month, Richard's dynamic with her eldest child appeared to be getting better as Sammy celebrated her 18th birthday with a touching social media tribute. Sammy, for her part, shared a message of love on Mother's Day in May before spending time with her mother in person for the holiday. Denise and Sammy reconnected within the last month. A source close to Sheen exclusively told us last month they're getting along very well. The insider noted that Sammy loves her dad, and the father-daughter duo are very much alike in personality. The anger management alum is also the father of 13-year-old twin sons, Max and Bob, whom he shares with ex-wife Brooke Mueller. I mean, Charlie, you a playboy. You are a playboy, dog. You a playboy, and you've been out here. You've been out here slanging. You've been out here being with multiple women, and I don't know how long or what your daughter was with you, but she probably saw a lot of that behavior, especially if she was old enough to understand what the news was saying. I mean, you were all over the news. You were out of control at one point, and I hope you've toned it down a lot. I don't know too much about your ex-wife. All we can do for our kids is just be there for them. At the end of the day, they're going to make their own decisions, and we can just hope that the way we raise them and instill values in them, have them represent us in a good manner. That, especially with entertainers, especially like me, I'm gone a lot. So when I'm with my daughters, I have to spend a lot of time with them, and I make sure that they don't see me with multiple women because they'll think that that's normal behavior, and I don't want them to think that their daddy is a hoe, even though I am. No, I'm just joking. But it's very difficult when you're an entertainer raising kids. A lot of entertainers' kids really don't come out right because they're given everything at such a young age. It's very hard, and it's very hard in LA. Parenting, nobody's perfect. There's no book to read that can teach you how to raise a kid because every kid is different. My 7-year-old is different from my 2-year-old. They are two different people, and if I raise my 7-year-old, if I raise my 2-year-old with the same values that I gave to my 7-year-old, then they would kind of be messed up because my 7-year-old has a different personality. My 2-year-old has a different personality. My 7-year-old is just like me when it comes to laughing and want to joke all the time, but she's very sensitive like my mom. So you have to take that into account. My 2-year-old, her mom's Jamaican. She's very hard. She's very stubborn. She don't listen, and she don't care about consequences, which is one of my traits also. I don't care about consequences, and that's the reason I'm able to get to the success that I have now is because I don't care what happens. I'm going to do it anyway. But the biggest thing that we can do, man, Charlie, that's hard, bro. Hopefully she does keep it tasteful. Hopefully she's not out here wilding out. I mean, she's 18. And I don't feel like it's a money thing because Charlie Sheen should have plenty of money. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. I hate to see parents and kids arguing. Every kid, we have disputes with our parents when we're teenagers. I had disputes with my mom. My dad wasn't around, but my mom was my sole provider and sole caretaker. I lived with her. And, I'll say like 16 and 17 was a little... we had a little acrimonious relationship. Things were a little rocky because I was a boy and I didn't have a man present, and I just had all this estrogen that I lived with, and I thought my mom was not cool and she didn't know what the hell she was talking about. But then when I became an adult, I understood all the values that she was teaching me and that she taught me, and I believe she's pretty satisfied and happy with the way I turned out. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Our kids, they're sponges. They soak everything in, man, and that's why you always got to be careful around them. I try to be careful around my daughters, the way I treat them, the way I treat women around them. Be respectful so that they don't tolerate anything less from a man. Period, point blank. But y'all definitely come in with your comments. I want to hear questions and other things that you might have about this topic. It's very interesting to me because, Charlie Sheen was a playboy. So, when you see a playboy's kids turn out a certain way, then it's like, what are we talking about? All right, man. Peace. Y'all be easy.